Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 3 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 3 of my mystery whiskey advent or dramvent calendar. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 150 samples in my sample collection, and my wife has picked 24 at random, and she'll put one a day into this blue Glencairn glass. I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Shall we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Right, so this is slightly herbal, floral, fruity. I'm getting a hint of aniseed or star anise. Getting a hint of citrus. Doesn't smell much like whiskey, but it is quite interesting. Getting a hint of like shortbread biscuit. Not bad, but haven't got a clue. Let's move on to the palate. Okay, so I'm getting lots of things, but it all ends with a hint of smoke. So it starts off fruity. There's some like toffee caramel in there, and there's a hint of slightly ashy smoke. Yeah, it's quite nice. I wouldn't say it's high ABV. It's nice and sweet. I do like sweet whiskies. There's a hint of sort of charred oak as well on the finish. Let's have another sip. Yeah, so I'm getting that aniseed come through. It's quite a rich whiskey. Reminds me a little bit of a Swedish whiskey. The way they have their elegant new make Macamura with a little bit of juniper smoke and finished in some funky fruit wine. It reminds me of that. It's very rich, very fruity, not too sweet, but sweet. Not too high ABV. I'd say 44, 46. That sort of region. Yeah, and it's a little bit tingly on the finish. Really is quite nice. Let's have one more sip. Yeah, I think this reminds me of a Macamura. If it isn't that, then possibly some sort of blended Scotch whiskey. I'd say it's definitely around the sort of 46%-ish ABV. But it is nice and fruity. In terms of finish length, I'd say it's medium long. It does linger quite well. The sort of fruity tones and the sort of peppery tingle that you get really is quite nice. But yeah, possibly a blended Scotch, possibly a Swedish single malt. So quite different, but I'm getting vibes from both of those in this whiskey. Should we find out what's in my glass? Right, so as usual, I'm miles off. It's the Arran Port Cask Finish. It's 50% ABV, and it was sent to me by Rohit. So thanks, Rohit. Yeah, so Arran, it's a whiskey I'm not overly familiar with. Obviously, the nice fruitiness that the port is giving this is what was confusing me, but it really is a tasty whiskey. I think if this is still available and the price is right, I might actually go and buy a bottle of this, because I actually quite enjoy this. It's not too sweet, but it's still quite fruity. It does taste like a not too young whiskey. It sort of was giving me the vibes of maybe a 8 to 10 year old whiskey, but it's yeah, it's very tasty indeed. And that's another Arran to add to my sort of database in my head to see if I can try and spot something from them in future. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you come back tomorrow for some more. Ciao. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.